We're now going to take a look to bCabinet, that actually is the new module that is integrated in bSuite. That's an application to manage furniture. As you can see, it's been just another new module integrated on our B platform. So to access the bCabinet, you simply go into your navigator in bSolid. Now we are inside the environment of bCabinet. Let's start to saying that bCabinet has a different level of using. Of bCabinet could be simply to create and manage a single cabinet. Therefore, I can go inside a new object, and the system is proposing me to start with an empty frame that actually is a rectangular one. It gives you the possibility to start with different empty frames depending on the shape that the customer wants to start with. Is including for sure all the different possibility and combination in terms of dimensions and also in terms of junction methods. So either for top, bottom, 45 degrees, with data construction, with all the parameters specific to manage strips on the top, strips on the bottom, and so on. So basically those are base features to create a simple, easy cabinet. If the user chooses to use a straight rectangular frame, it then can manage directly the starting dimension by simply typing in new dimensions. And from now on, this left toolbar in vertically is representing you the possibility to insert elements on your frame. We have an immediately view the parts, if you like. And of course, implementing things as per, for instance, dividers. So I'm going to put a fixed divider that could be either horizontally or by simply put it wherever I want, by coordinate or by using just the mouse. And immediately the part is being shown with already certain jobs already done as per the boring, for the dowels, for the cross dowel, and so on. Of course, in terms of configuration for the boring, for rules, you have access to any possibility or combination, starting from rules for dowelings, or rules for cross dowelings, or either for the shelves, and of course, all the different parameters that each customer can customize by itself. And all these preferences are automatically attached on any project that the customer is actually producing. So coming back here, now I just put it a couple of dividers. Now our cabinet is actually without any back and any front. So let's say that we want to go ahead by putting some back panel. So automatically the system will let you also do something like this. By simply clicking on empty space, it will create in this particular combination 3 separated back panels, or probably someone would make, no, I want just to make a single back cabinet. I don't want to use 3 of them. At this point, you can simply what I've done, just for a second. Okay. So while I'm inserting a back cabinet, I simply go and make a swipe with my mouse from left to right, and automatically the system is creating an entire back panel, automatically resizing the vertical dividers, and so on. So practically everything is always parametric also during the insertion and creation of the back part. Then, of course, you have the possibility to insert, I don't know, shelves. So with automatically positioning in the middle or by optimizing the positioning. Like this, so it's automatically making equal distances between them. And that's how it's starting to look our cabinet. Then, of course, you have possibility to add, I don't know, doors or drawers. So let's say that we want to put a door somewhere here. I'm going to create an area like this, and I'm going to choose kind of doors. For doors management, we do have an entire library, parametric and prepared for the user, that is including hundreds of combinations of profile doors, element doors, or panel doors, and so on. So we can insert object there, like this. So starting to having a door installed on our cabinet. We do have the possibility, of course, to manage distances. So in this moment, the panel doors has been put right in the middle of it. I can manage easily certain particularly manual offset if you like. So for just for the right size, I'm going to put 9 millimeters. So to have just an overlapping on the right side, and so on. So let's say that basically we can manage all the customizing possibility and combination. The same thing would be for this door. I want to put a specific handle. Even here, we do have a lot of library with hundreds of elements already prepared in terms of single handles, double handles, and so on. So you just want to put a simple knob, you can simply click there and apply that kind of handle that actually is including also a 3D image, just to show the user what kind of object. All of this, while I'm building up this cabinet, still is an object that is parametric. So whenever I can go back and change my dimension here, depth, width, and so on, and everything will be automatically applied. So let's say that basically for the simple creation of a cabinet, we do have all the opportunities and options to let the user creating his own object. This was just the first possibility, let's say, that we have to create and manage an object as per a single cabinet. Then, of course, we get another opportunities. Let me just start a new project. Inside bCabinet, we are going to provide the user with hundreds of prepared models divided by categories in terms of bathroom, bedrooms, chairs, doors, furnishing, kitchen, wardrobes, and so on. That means that inside each of these categories, let's take a sample of a kitchen, we found base unit, kitchen appliance, wall unit, worktop, and so on. Inside each one, we do have hundreds of prepared models for our users, okay, that let them just simply click on any of them. Let's take this one, for instance, and start to call them up inside our, and all of them are already prepared in parametric objects. That means that even if they are just coming from a library, doesn't mean that they are fixed objects, but we still can change anything there in terms of dimension and so on. And we can also, for instance, choose to, I don't like the default doors, for instance, I want to just change them. You are free also to just select your object, just in this just in this way. And go to doors and say change, and even in this case we have a full library of doors, specific profile doors and so on. So now I'm going to choose, for instance, one door that actually, here you have the preview, so something like this that actually is a parametric profile doors also. Apply it to any of those objects. Just change the entire bCabinet with new profile. In this moment, you can see here that on this representation, we don't see any jobs, any boring, anything. That's because our library with our models are completely free from the CAM point of view. That's because for the user, the best will be just select the mode and choose to apply his own performance as per what I'm doing now. And in one click, it was just applying anything in parametric in terms of hinges, boring, hours, 32 system for the shells. And everything is being applied in one click. And all of these applications are always parametric. We can see a real quick sample now here. Take a look, we got a door with just a couple of hinges there. If in this moment, I'm going to back to the dimension of this cabinet, saying that the height is going to be 1300, you see that now we got automatically 3 hinges, and so on. So this is just to let you see that the parametric considerations inside the cabinet are including all the... Now that I got just these 2 cabinets in my hand, I just want to show you the integration to bSolid, let's say. So let's suppose just to do real quick, I just want to have all the programs in these 2 cabinets. On top of the cabinet, we have a little icon that's called bSolid that actually lets you export all the necessary files to the cabinet. Those are the resulting calculated. And now I can go just back to my bSolid if I like. And try to open one of the programs that actually are this list. Let's take now a single door, for instance. So this is actually one of the 4 doors that we were making behind bCabinet. And this one is a startable program for standard rover. And this one is a panel that is requiring profiling and also back. This is just to show you the program consideration by bCabinet will include the profiling of the door, internal profiling, of course. This is including also the automatic rotation of the parts. 2 hinges and all the other boring that we need. So this was just to give you an idea about the integration that is done between bCabinet and bSolid, so the entire bSuite. Okay? Now let's go back to bCabinet. Okay. So what we've done till now was just possibility to create manually or starting from the library with already prepared parametric objects, but we're still working somehow just on a space, okay? So we just put in there things without any concept of room, walls, floor, and so on. So this is another interesting feature of bCabinet. Just starting from a new project, we do have the possibility to start drawing the wall that are representing my room. Just sketching something that is going to be representing my wall. So let's say that these are the walls that are representing my my room. Okay. So starting now from the library, just to make a sample, let's grab some corner-based units. just to see also something different. Let's grab this one. Okay. So now I'm going there. You see, now we got our wall. Okay. So the system lets you also align directly your object to your wall. So I'm going to put this right in the corner like this. Then I'm going to grab, let's see, some other object like this one. Let's grab this one. Okay. So right there. Another one right there. Okay. And now I'm going to take also another corner-based unit. Okay, as for this one. And I'm going to put it right there. Okay, what I'm having right now is something like this. Okay, so starting building up things. Now, our problem now is, well, this cabinet actually is not on a square corner wall. Okay? So basically, what the system lets you do is simply select your corner cabinet, selecting also the wall, and then asking the system to adjust your out of squaring, starting from this wall, going to this one, for instance. Practically is stretching completely the cabinet, adapting the dimension to fit exactly inside your corner. Okay? So now that we do also this one, that actually is an interesting thing, I think. Let's say that we want also to finish to put a panel over there, another cabinet, and maybe from just a simple object here, we see that actually this model doesn't fit in this area. We need something larger, but we don't have an idea about the dimension, okay? So, another opportunity is also to ask the system to insert your object by custom dimension. We can easily go in here, and by selecting a point, I can snap to another, and automatically the system will adjust that fit in that area.
Han quedado alto, no sé por qué.
Let's go this one.
Habrá que bajarlos. A ver si los puede bajar.
So, let me move this one because I make a mistake during the insertion. And still move object. Here.
Faceta, ¿no?
Okay. So everything now is aligned. You got it until now. Everybody is still listening. Okay. Then, of course, we got all the opportunities. For instance, if we're talking about a kitchen, we do have possibility to insert kitchen tops, to do wall unit. So everything is possible to be done by just using our template over there, choosing the correct model and so on. Also to include, for instance, the kitchen top, let's say. We can simply go in there and looking for tops. There you go. Okay. Even in this case, we do have custom opportunities. Let's insert this one directly to the automatic position of the top. Let's say this one. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to grab this point over here. I'm going to put it right there in the corner. Then I'm going to make another one starting from there, going to the next corner. Another one from here, going right. So in this case, I just put it there 3. independent objects. And now what we need is to manage somehow the junction between them, okay? Either on the square corner or on out of. So what we can do here now is simply going on a specific application dedicated to the top.
Ah, vale, una aplicación dirigida a los tops.
The tops that we want to manage.
Sí.
The system gets us in a dedicated environment to manage the junction. And maybe we want to simply change it to this kind of selection.
Nothing lying.
We simply apply, close it.
Y el otro, ¿no?
We can manage the next one as per this one. Same operation. Okay. Let's choose this one, probably the best. And it is actually done. In this way, we have managed also set up auto squaring, 90 degrees, not 90 degrees, and so on.
La puta madre. Joder, súper fácil.
So now, all right, so let me just open, just to be quick, a little sample of it. Before to open the section, let me just go ahead with something else. Another feature of bCabinet is possibility to manage curved objects. Let's make a simple wall here just to make something. Straight, like this, just to have a reference like that. Okay. Let's start using something like base unit over here. Okay, something like this.
Ahora que se junta la pared, vale.
Let's put in something here, something there, and so on. Okay. Now, bCabinet gives you the possibility also to create fancy things as per curved cabinet. It's enough for the system to have a certain polyline. So I'm going to create a free object that actually is as per a normal polyline. Sorry. Start drawing from here. Okay. Something with arc. Okay, something typically like this one. I'm going to grab either the polyline and also my cabinet. I'm going to ask the system to create a bar cabinet to obtain this kind of result.
No lo puedo creer. Bueno, luego tienes que hacer la forma de puerta, pero...
So this, of course, requires you to have be solid with 5 axes and so on. That's clear, okay. It gives you the opportunity also to manage understairs. So let's make something else here. Let's grab some wardrobes. Okay, let's say wardrobe with doors. Let's grab. Let me look for something easy, like for this one. Let's say, I don't know. Okay. Oops. So put one there, another one. I'm gonna put it right beside. Okay, like this one. So I got just 2 stupid words up there. Okay, so I can simply select these 2 objects. So it has also to do understairs cabinet. Say that on the front, we'll use, I don't know, 1500 like this. Okay, so basically we have possibility to manage practically most of the combination. I don't want to say all, but almost all combination, let's say. Okay? The powerful of the system is, as you can understand, high-level solution. Show you some samples. Let's grab this one. Okay, of course, you can work with different points of view. This is just a sample that we made 2 days ago. Okay, let me use this one. Okay. So we have possibility to include sink, oven, all the objects that we need to require also from a 3D point of view. Okay, I'm sorry for this effect, but I think that is the connection of WebEx that is making some. Yeah. And is also including a rendering application, bCabinet. So now I'm just showing to you how to start it, because as you can imagine, a photo rendering requires, in terms of processing, few minutes. So just want to show you the starting, and then I'm going to show you some DMP files in terms of results. So this is the environment to create the photo rendering. So you have the possibility to choose the point of view, zooming, and so on. And then all the characteristics in terms of existing light, external light, classical configuration from a photo rendering environment. Now starting to creating. This is just to show you how to access the application, but the timing is going to take so long that I'm going to stop it probably.
Lo sai, solo para ahí terminando que se va a montar. Bene, empieza a un tonto del marco este tiene
einige Jahre zurück, Computer sind schneller, muss auch 5 Minuten warten und vielleicht Arbeitstage gearbeitet, nicht ganz so schnell alle keine fotorealistische Sicher. Okay,
result in sample. That actually was it's a sample. So that's the quality of the rendering that we can have. There's another sample. Well, this is just to show it to you. Different possibility in terms also to use bCabinet for shops, okay, to create and present to the customers itself the final result of a project. Of course, you can also add tables, chairs, doors, windows to your wall to try to achieve much more reality on the environment that we are going to present.
Si no sale en el porque la organización de
So, what do you think about it? Anybody has any questions about it?
Yeah.
One question: how is supposed to work with nesting, bNest?
Already integrated. Let's just make a sample. Here, quick sample. Let's grab this one there. Okay. I got just 3 cabinets just to make a sample. We have here another button that now is a wrong name, but it would be the name of bCabinet. Simply confirm. Okay. Now, of course, this is not the session to take a look to bCabinet, but however, I'm going to show you something. So, by using also Send Navigator, we go now to bCabinet. We can directly import the generated file that we did a few seconds ago, this one. The project is being done and created with the name of bCabinet. This one is actually the new project. Start the elaboration.
Je to určitě teďka o ničem nevím a nemám Pardon, jsem teď vlastně přišel?
So of course, while the system is calculating, is actually also making an automatic splitting, considering materials, colors, thicknesses, and so on. What I just create in terms of list, but in this moment, bCabinet is already calculating how to split them and put it on the correct sheet.
I must say, it looks very impressive for now.
Ah, thank you. I'm glad. So, this is done. I can open it just to take a look to it. Well, actually, those are all the articles, all the items that were included in our little project in bCabinet. Thickness, 5, 20, 15, and so on. And these actually are the results. So this one is being done by using a 20 millimeter thickness material. This one with 5 millimeters. This was with others, and so on. So actually, this is one of the results that can also be directly opened into bSolid. And now my machine for the moment is just an APS machine. If we have an FT machine, you can also simulate it and go straight. So this is the kind of integration that we have inside bCabinet, bSolid, and entire suite. Got any other questions?
Yeah, Andrea.
Yes?
Yeah. Okay, for example, you show at the beginning the different kinds of junction between the channels.
Yes?
One kind of junction is very popular here in our market, the lamello joint.
Yes, we are already working to put lamello inside bCabinet. Is not ready yet. Either bCabinet to delivery not before July, as per the Filippo mail. So we are working in this month to add that kind of junction already here in this kind of choosing.
So then you have the data of lamello, you have the macros to do the job, everything you need.
Well, we won't do it with the macros logic. We will do it considering one methods inside bCabinet. So as per those, you see here, you can choose this one, you can choose 45 degrees, you can choose anything. Imagine here, where a 45 degrees or whatever, flag that says lamello. That's the correct strategy for us.
Hey, it's very good. This was the first question. The second question is
normally, když to vám jako neřeknu vám, jestli někdo tady prodává na rezolutku, nevím.
I can hear you, Marco.
Normally, you have from suppliers, different kinds of ferramenta. What's the name in English?
Hardware fit.
So is it possible to import some hardware, specific hardware, so it open bCabinet for external data?
Well, let's say that actually we do have already included inside the library that we give to the user a certain number of objects coming from many from Bloom. However, all of them are customizable, either in terms of working or also in terms of 3D objects. So, just to show it to you what I mean. Let's go to, guys, let's say hinges, for instance, okay? Here we have a bunch of objects coming from Bloom, coming from Ofele, okay? Many of them. So we can also open one of them that actually are used.
Yeah.
And here you have, let me see, just with a single view. Okay, so we do have here either the 3D object. So if the provider is providing also from this 3D object, you can have also the 3D object, put it on your cabinet if you want to see it. And of course, this object is taken behind certain kind of work. Here, consider it with a certain coordinate and a certain diameter. So the base user will get these hinges and object and simply changing the diameter or position or diameter of the holes and so on real quick. For much more high-level user, the user can also create a specific 3D drawing also using bSolid or getting a 3D object in STL format or whatever from any hardware provider.
Okay, this is a standard for the most provider to deliver 3D objects and complex deep libraries.
Well, let's say that with Bloom is easy for now. Smallest one, I don't know. Considering that only the fact that we have also bSolid there, it means that you can also create a 3D object using just bSolid. Okay?
Nice, very good.
For today, guys, if you do not have any other questions, I think that this is enough. This want to be just a little presentation, a quick tour. It's not a real training, let's say. But this is just to show it to you this bCabinet and let you now decide if you want also to participate in the training to be able in your area to sell it.
Just another question, very small, very easy. You showed in your rendering that you put in the room also tables, window, doors, and so on, and you have in your archive also library with the doors.
Yes.
Doors can also be produced and programmed with the... So you have a library of doors?
No, that's another issue. This object that you can use inside the cabinet in terms of doors and windows are used to achieve a certain kind of 3D modeling, 3D representation, and a photo rendering that is much more close to the reality. For doors and windows, you perfectly know that we have B windows to do it.
Okay, but the doors you have in the library.
Yes, are simply for 3D representation.
Okay, that's the question.
Okay, just for 3D objects.
Okay.
As per furnishing, we have also food. You see here, we have spaghetti, we have banana. Okay? Give you the possibility to add objects. You see, we have a banana here, but we can do the program for a banana, right? But now, a banana is on the floor.
Beispielsweise eine Banane rauspressen aus der Türe.
Cabinet, para...
Luego se utilizan para servicio, ¿sabes? Pero según lo que
Alle Türen willst du mit einer
Nein, nur eine.
Nur eine, mit einer Fräsung von der Banane.
Genau.
Machen.
Das wieder
Ja, ich denke,
in der Grafik zeigen, oder?
Wenn du das öfter verwendest, hier hast du ein Modell von Tür einmal für immer schon mit der Banane. Ne? Ja. Und das macht in die Schole, ne? Das kriegst du und dann das nächste Mal, wenn du sagst, die Antwort ist
Kommst du wieder zurück in
That for today is enough. Let me have your impression or your thoughts by email, if you like.
Andrea, the last question.
Yes.
If you have one base with the two doors for the kitchen, for example,
Yes.
you want to put in one of these doors, you want to grave the front. What you have to do it? In bSolid as a single element?
As I showed to you before, we do have also a full library with hundreds of parametric profiles already present.
Yeah.
In case of you want to add something more, we do have also the possibility to arrange directly in the cabinet. Then it's up to you. Let me just do a quick sample here. I don't know, this one. Okay, so. In this case, my default is using this kind of doors, okay? If I want, I can change the doors. I'm going to go through these hundreds of objects. There are a lot of objects, for example, including profiling, as per this case here, is including this kind of profile. You can also have in just a rectangle, a circle, or elliptical, up to you.
But you have to prepare it before.
Let's say that before you can prepare it. If you forget to do it, you then possibility, or you change it in bSolid in one shot, or you can also say, let's grab the cabinet. Let's go to cabinet. I'm going to open the cabinet in a specific, okay, this one, okay. Now, you see, here you have a preview of the entire cabinet. I'm just editing a single object of the cabinet.
Ok.
I can say add, say grooving. I can say I want to do lips at, I don't know, 300.
Condividi il sequenza,
200. Sorry. This one is 200. Okay, sorry. And this one is 200. Okay, now see. Without any consideration.
Come si spiegava?
Answering your question.
Yeah, everybody but you.
What do you mean?
I hear the other people speaking, not you.
Take a look what I'm doing. Is something that you what you require. This question. Marco.
Sì, ti sento poco. Sì, era una domanda perché no, se uno voleva sapere se tu fai una cosa particolare, una gravura, una forma, no,
Then
se
you
la
can
potevi
also,
vedere.
you can. What I did now. You see that I just added another profiling to this single door. If
That was
I
the
want
question,
this
yeah?
one- Sorry? It's done with the tools, profiling, and so on. But in this case, what I did was adding a specific job just to this specific door, only on the right one, for instance.
That was the
To this
question.
one, to become an object from the library,
Yeah.
you have always the possibility to open any object from the library.
Yeah.
Now I'm just opening that one, this one, that one. Okay, this is my door. Making here the same modify. Now I can also call this object from the library.
Così può fermare
Buono Andrea, grazie.
Oh, gentlemen, for today I think it's enough.
So please let you facci avere a copy of the video.
Yeah, now whenever I'm gonna have it, I'm gonna send it to all the person invited in this meeting. So everybody is going to receive this object.
Ok, grazie.
Hey guys, the next.
Grazie, ciao Andrea.
Bye everybody, bye bye.
Ciao Andrea, grazie.
You're welcome, bye bye.